I have documents that I've written about each one of the bubbles in the diagram on your screen. I will be sharing these documents that I have written not in any specific order. Trust the plan. Q. Do you believe that there is any good in mankind? Mankind was created in the image of God. There are good guys, or white hats, and bad guys in the world. Every epic story has both. This story also does. Enjoy the show. Q. As for the Q statement, trust the plan, when I first heard it, I was very annoyed by it. Unless you understand what the plan is, it doesn't make any sense. It's just an annoying statement. I think that it's necessary for everyone to understand what they're talking about. But also, one of the reasons why I'm writing this and sharing this is because I think that it's important for those within the NESARA GESARA Q community to understand a recap with some of the things that I have added into it as well. The military has a plan to restore the Republic of the United States, but also much, much more. As the elites were collecting our data and watching us and planning our demise, the White Hats were also watching the evil and corruption of the elites and planning to rid the world of their filth. They did not like to have the Muslim as the commander-in-chief, to say the least. This story goes back a lot further than that, but I will have to start here. In 2016, the military found their man, Donald J. Trump, whom they helped to get into the presidency so that they could unite the good leaders of the world against the agenda of the elites. In 2017 and 2018, Trump went on his world tour to meet with the leaders of the world. He went to Russia, China, North Korea, Saudi Arabia, NATO, the World Economic Forum, and the Queen. He even stepped in front of the Queen, which there's more to that. He brought with him documents that showed proof of what many of them were doing in the dark, that tied many of them to child trafficking networks all around the world. Many whom you would think were guilty were innocent of these crimes, and many whom you would think were innocent were the guilty ones. Those guilty of crimes against our children were told to capitulate to the plan to shut down their system, and those who were innocent of these acts formed a worldwide military alliance with Trump and the United States military. The alliance is also referred to as the White Hats. The alliance's plan is to drain the swamp in all of the countries around the world and cleanse the filth to bring about unity and peace worldwide. They plan to also restore the whole world's broken financial system with all currencies backed by gold, silver, and other commodities. This is called the Global Currency Reset, or GCR. As part of the cleanup, the alliance will also be releasing many suppressed technologies. After Trump's world tour, Mohammed bin Salman, the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia, henceforth referred to as MBS, went on a separate tour of his own. He went to all of the world's billionaires and megacorporations and presented the same incriminating documents that Trump did and told them to capitulate and submit to the alliance. Trump also launched Space Force as a new military branch. Space Force is not a Star Wars military branch. It is Cyber Space Force. Space Force is in charge of all information in the world and in charge of all military communications. With all of the above said, in 2020, when the global elite launched COVID, Trump, in the abundance of caution, went to Cheyenne Mountain, the United States Nuclear Command Center, and locked up the mountain with the Space Force soldiers inside. Space Force is Q. Q is military communication. Not conspiracy as the fake news paints it out to be. Also, inside Cheyenne Mountain are the two things that the FBI were looking for when they raided Trump's home in Mar-a-Lago. The football, aka the U.S. nuclear codes, and the incriminating documents that he had and MBS brought on their world tours. These people are stupid. Q. In 2021, after the election was obviously stolen, on Inauguration Day, Trump left D.C. with the football on Air Force One. When he was entering Air Force One, the military gave him a 21-gun salute with 17 gold fringed flags, which is the proper ceremony for an inauguration. No president that has ever stepped down has left D.C. on Air Force One. The military then gave the resident, Biden, a fake inauguration by not wearing proper uniforms and gave him a 6-gun salute, which was a military funeral. Mic drop. Also in January, before the real and fake inaugurations, 35,000 military troops entered D.C. and erected a fence around it with barbed wire facing inward, making it a prison. Pelosi claimed that she was the one that called in the military, laugh out loud. As the president, he is in charge of the executive branch, and as the commander-in-chief, he is in charge of the military. Thus, he is a bridge between the two. My point is that the commander-in-chief is the only one in the government that can call up the military. Pelosi cannot. And the Pentagon will not even answer the phone for the resident Biden. Also, when the military was in D.C., they changed all of the flags to the gold fringe flag. The gold fringe flag is a military declaration that we have entered into maritime law, which is like a big pause button. A whole document in itself could be written on this, and it was by Derek Johnson.